Greetings YouTube, welcome back to the channel. My name's Simon and I'm the Final Fantasy fan with a lip balm addiction. Now in today's episode we're going to be continuing on with our Final Fantasy VII Remake coverage by confirming all of these summons that we know with certainty at this point are going to be present and accounted for in the game. And then following that we're going to be moving into a little bit of speculation territory as we have a brief discussion as to some of the other summons that may also be available but have yet to be revealed. And after you've watched this video, please don't forget to share in the comment section down below the summon that you would most like to see in the remake. Enjoy. In the original Final Fantasy VII, summons didn't actually appear in the game until the party had left Midgar on Disc 1. However, they became such an integral part of the experience for many fans that Square decided to get them into the remake anyhow, despite the fact that the remake only occurs around those events that happen in Midgar. Oh, and just before we go any further, I want to give a shout out to everybody who supports the channel as a YouTube member or patron, but especially at this time to Zach Decker, who has become the latest channel member, so thank you guys. Now, the 7 summons that we know with certainty are going to be included in the Final Fantasy VII Remake are going to be Carbuncle, Cactuar, Choco Chick, Choco Mog, Ifrit, Shiva and Leviathan. And just a friendly reminder that 3 of those 7 summons are DLC materia. The Cactuar summon is available to anybody who purchases either the physical or digital deluxe editions of Final Fantasy VII Remake, with Choco Chick being given to anybody who pre-orders any edition of the game, and the Carbuncle summon materia being given for those who purchase either the digital deluxe edition or the physical first class soldier edition. And true to form from previous iterations, Carbuncle will be buffing your party members as opposed to doing damage. Now, for those of you who didn't particularly enjoy the summoning system of Final Fantasy XV, don't worry, we won't be returning to that, but we're not particularly copying the original Final Fantasy VII systems here. Instead, I would suggest that the summoning system in Final Fantasy VII Remake resembles a whole lot the systems that were included in Final Fantasy XII, so if you've had a chance to play the re-release of the Zodiac Age recently, then you might have a good idea of what to expect. Now, seeing as how Square have shown that they're being fairly liberal with their use of summons here in the remake, I mean, as I say, we shouldn't even be using them if we're going to strictly adhere to the original game by this point. What does that mean for summons that haven't yet been revealed to us? Can we expect to see Knights of the Round making an appearance? Well, my suggestion is that no, probably not. And that's because we know there are going to be future installments in the Final Fantasy VII Remake project, and it's likely Square are going to want to keep a few surprises up their sleeves for those future games. I mean, sure, they could go all out here with this first installment, but once the hype's died down, once we've played it, once we have completed it, once we've moved on and we're looking forward to what's next, you know, Square are going to want to hype us up again for part 2, and that means including new features in that game that we know from the original game that we haven't yet seen. So I don't expect every summon to be making an appearance here by any stretch of the imagination. However, I wouldn't be surprised if we still see some of the remaining elements that haven't yet been revealed. Perhaps Ramu, the lightning summon from the original game, might be making an appearance. I also wouldn't be too surprised to see Bahamut making an appearance here in the remake. I mean, Bahamut is kind of an iconic summon, not only of Final Fantasy VII, but of the franchise as a whole. And seeing as how Bahamut had various forms in the original Final Fantasy VII, with Neo Bahamut and Bahamut Zero, it stands to reason that they didn't have to include all of those in the remake, but they could still introduce us to the character in Part 1. But if there are any summons that you would love to see make an appearance in the Final Fantasy VII Remake, then please do share your thoughts down in the comments below, and for future Final Fantasy VII Remake content, make sure you stay tuned to the channel. I'll see you next time. Well folks, thanks so much for stopping by the video today. Now perhaps I might be able to persuade you to come and join us over in the Fuzzfinger Gaming Discord channel. It's a great place where we can continue on with the conversation, and I'll leave a link to it down in the video description. Until next time guys, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.